And ABC7 learned as many as 9 migrants flown in from the Rio Grande Valley tested positive for COVID-19. ABC7 Soul Signs has been following the story since we learned that part of southern Texas is seeing a surge in migrants requesting asylum and that hundreds are being flown to El Paso. And Saul joins us live. And Saul, when did we learn migrants from the Rio Grande Valley were testing positive for COVID-19?
Well, we learned about those migrants testing positive during a city news briefing. Fire chief and head of the Office of Emergency Management confirmed they're providing rapid testing and Annunciation House shelters for migrants. The news comes after shelter spokesman Ruben Garcia learned this week hundreds of migrants will be flown to El Paso by Border Patrol from the Rio Grande Valley. That's because of the increase in migrants presenting themselves to officials in the Rio Grande Valley is growing much more than in El Paso. So much so, shelters are at capacity there and resources are running dry. D'Agostino tells ABC7 migrants tested positive. 9 migrants tested positive. Garcia tells me those migrants are from the Rio Grande Valley, the same ones being flown in. Those migrants testing positive will now be taken to an OEM-sponsored hotel where homeless and migrants testing positive for the virus can stay quarantined safely and away from the general population. D'Agostino was asked if migrants are forced to stay at that hotel.
They are not in custody. They're free on their own recognizance, and they're given the same orders that anyone in our community who's been positive over the past year get. So they're not in custody. We tell them the rules. We tell them that they need to isolate, and that's how it's being handled at that point. The same as we've done for everyone else in our community.
Now, news of migrants testing positive here comes on the heels of reports 100 migrants who tested positive for COVID-19 were released into the public in Brownsville and permitted to board buses bound for other parts of the U.S. That drew harsh criticism from Governor Greg Abbott, claiming the Biden administration was releasing COVID-19 positive migrants into Texas cities. Landon Hutchins with CBP tells ABC7 CBP personnel conduct initial inspections for symptoms risk factors associated with COVID-19, while Border Patrol agents tell me that initial inspection can be something as simple as checking migrants for high temperatures or asking migrants if they feel symptoms associated with the virus. But nothing the spokesperson tells us indicate migrants are tested before boarding planes bound for El Paso. Hutchins says ICE or Immigration Customs Enforcement should answer that question.